Texoma Exotics presents Not Another Reptile podcast.
Okay, here we are. We made it, y'all. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. WTF Wednesday all day.
Hey guys.
Hey Tyler, what's going on?
There we go. Might be able to see me a little bit better. I'm still on my way home. It has been traffic up the butt.
Well, that's okay.
How's everybody doing?
Hey man, we're good.
It's hump day. How about yourself? You just getting off work? Just driving home from work?
Yes.
Right on. Where are you at? You in Colorado?
I'm in Woodburn. Well, right now I'm in Salem, Oregon, but I live in Woodburn, Oregon.
Gotcha. For some reason, I keep thinking you're in Colorado.
We're going to do some
matter.
shout outs real quick.
Oh yeah. What's up,
Tyler.
James?
Yeah, thank you.
JP.
Another James coming through.
Boy, James right there. All city.
Awesome.
Frank.
Mr. Frank, how's it going, Frank?
Sammy the Bull.
Samster.
What's up, Sammy?
So we got a lot of people on tonight. Guess they're excited for hump day. They're partying a little bit.
Patrick.
I've got so much traffic. Everybody's trying to get out here so that they can hop on.
Yeah.
There you go. What's up, Patrick?
What's going on, man?
So, here's Pete. Hey, Pete, how's it going?
Yeah, there's Pete.
And Pete, I grabbed your stickers came in yesterday, so thank you for those, man. Have them sitting right over here.
Well, I got my sticker board moved out to the garage where the rats are because I couldn't have it back here because it was reflecting all the lights. So I've got I have them on my file cabinet in the snake room. I've got stickers in my garage. I've got the little Velcro badges or whatever all on my door in here. It's just everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I got rid of I sold the incubator that had all my stickers on it. So I'm trying to pepper my other incubator with stickers now.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, how's it going?
I'm just getting my sticker board all situated. The more stickers I can get in, the better my board will be.
Yeah. There you go.
That's right. So when did you start breeding, Dustin?
So officially I started, my first pairings were actually just last year when I had my first clutches. But I've been in the hobby for about 3 years. I made the mistake of kind of buying young ones and raising them up. It didn't take too long for me to realize I made that mistake and got a couple of my older females to get started. And then, I had my first 3 clutches this last season, and then I'm about to have 5 clutches this year or this season so far. I'm hoping for 2 more for this season, as long as I can get my my other 2 girls up to size here.
How many breeder females do you have?
Right now I have I'd have to look at. I think I have like 7 breeder females that are good to size at this point. I have, I want to say 9 females altogether that are going to be my breeders as far as that goes. My holdbacks and my grow ups and such. I have one from my last clutch. He's a banana pinstripe. I thought he might be cinnamon, but after talking to a few different people, I found out he was not. So, but I'm holding him back because I want to do some banana clown combos.
Okay.
Hey, David, how's it going?
All right, what made you decide to get into this?
Well, I've always loved reptiles. Growing up, I had various different reptiles. I had a couple of iguanas. I had a blue-tongued skink. I had some African fat-tailed geckos, some leopard geckos, and then I finally graduated and told my dad it was a ball python. I lied. It was a reticulated python.
I
By
like
the
that
time
kind
it
of
got by the time it got to about 10 or so feet, my dad goes, "Are you sure this is a ball python?" "Ah." But no, she actually was my sweet girl. She was a albino retic.
Oh, wow.
I called her Rosie. She was a very sweet girl, always ready to be handled. She never fought being handled, never said no to it. Oh, looks like we got a little pile up. I'm gonna turn in here real quick. There we go. Nice little zoom zoom.
Did we lose? Oh,
There we go. But yeah, I ended up. My dad made me get rid of her. We ended up going ahead and donating her to the zoo out in Portland.
Okay.
My dad was worried. He was a dog trainer and boarder for 30 plus years, and we had some dogs over there that would make a nice healthy snack for my snake.
Yeah.
So that was something he was kind of worried about.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So where are you looking to take your?
But I got to.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let's say, where are you looking to take your hobby or your small business?
Well, I would eventually like to open up my own reptile shop here in Oregon. Something where I can actually get in touch with some of the local breeders for different various reptiles, and be able to help sustain them and help sustain me as well by doing nothing but local breeders and local situations where they can even come into my store, look at their animals, make sure that they're in proper housing and everything else for them, and it helps me.
You're cutting out pretty
To
bad.
incorporate and have for everybody. Oh. Is that a little bit better?
A little bit.
So it sounds like you were
Okay.
talking about putting together or having some sort of a facility where other breeders could come and utilize that for their animals. Is that right?
Sort of. I want to do a reptile shop, like a reptile store here, where it's all from local breeders and such like that.
Gotcha.
This way they get a little bit of help. They can get some of their animals out of there, and I can get some really nice reptiles in for my store. But that's years down the road. Hopefully I'll be breeding most of what I need.
Okay.
How many breeders are around you right now?
Right now I'm good friends with about 4 of them. I know a few others that I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to and meet properly. My buddy Eric over at Extreme Pythons, my buddy Wade over at Cue Ball Morphs, and then he's out in the Scio area. And then I've got my buddy Cody. Actually, he's new to breeding as well. I actually have been getting him into it, mentoring him a little bit as far as what I can do, and getting him ready for his first pairings this year too.
Okay.
Oh, nice. And this year, you've actually had your first clutch, right?
We did. Yeah, we had our first clutches. We had 3 of them. All of them were sired by my banana cinnamon Mojave, and that was because I wanted to get my feet wet. Wanted to make sure everything was dialed in properly, and I felt a little bit more comfortable losing some non-het situations, non-visual situations. Plus, my hets and my visuals weren't quite up to size just then. And so I decided to go ahead, get my feet wet a little bit, make sure everything was dialed in properly. And I got my first clutch out of my bamboo mahogany girl. So I ended up making some really cool combos with that. I made banana cinnamon Mojave boy, and just like his daddy, and it looked just like him. Markings were almost identical. There was a little bit difference in the side pattern near the tail, but like the patterns and markings were almost just spot on, which was incredible.
Nice.
But yeah.
Hi, Jamie. She made it, y'all.
Hey,
So
Jamie, how's it
sorry I
going?
was running late.
What's up, Jamie?
It's nice to meet you.
How are
Tyler,
you doing
you got some questions for us?
No, I mean, you've been sending me some pairings that you've been doing. They all look good. So what are your I think you said you had 7. What are your top 2 that you're throwing together this season?
Oh gosh. I would have to say my very favorite one that I'm working on right now that I'm tickled pink about, and I'm hoping to prove her out, is my spot nose leopard possible lace het clown girl. I've got her paired up with my clown boy and my just single gene clown.
What's up, Phil?
But I'm really hoping to prove her out for lace. That would be incredible.
100%. Lace is definitely a fun gene. My buddy in the chat hit a lace Batman this season, and yeah, it looks real nice. So he got it up to breeder size, and now he's pairing it too.
Is it a male or female?
Male. It's a male. It's
I already have one. Dang it.
Yeah, it's like 10 months old, 950 grams, and already gotten locks with females.
That's who I got my lace from. Is
That's
Phil
awesome.
from Finger Snakes. That's him right there.
Yep. Yeah, lace is definitely a fun gene. I don't have any yet, but the more I see at my buddy's house, yeah, he's got Frank. Yeah, he's got a ton of
Frank,
really nice
man, we need to talk.
He hit
What up, Frank?
after. Actually, I didn't even realize I should have because I'm stupid. I was just like blocking out genetics in my head. Another buddy of ours from Buffalo came up and was like, "Oh God, that's a special lace clown." And I was like, "What do you mean it's a special lace clown? It's yellow belly." And then I looked at it again. I'm like, "I'm such an idiot. It's definitely special." So I don't know why I didn't have it in my head, but he hit a special lace clown that we had labeled as a special yellow belly or a lace yellow belly clown for like months.
What's up, Matt? How's it going? That's who I got my hurricanes from right there.
Nice.
My possible lace girl, I got her from over at Jersey Guys Balls.
Oh yeah.
So,
Brett and John.
Yeah. They're nice guys. Talking with them a little bit about once she got up to size, sent them some pictures of her and and everything. So she's got this little like straight up white patch on her belly. When I get home, I make sure to show you guys her.
Yeah, Brett and John are great guys. They got great animals. And
what's up, John? How's it going?
They've got cool stuff and they're great people too. So
there you go.
Ooh,
what was that super special lace clown? What? Yeah,
also
dude.
fire yellow belly red stripe lace clowns.
Crazy.
Phil, man, send pictures.
Yeah. The other project that I'm really looking forward to right now is my acid butter het clown boy. He's going to my GHI pastel leopard het clown. She's actually going to get paired up not only with him, but she's getting paired up with my visual clown boy as well. I'm trying to see if I can't do a couple of dual sire situations with that. So up my chances for some visuals, hopefully.
Yeah. Be interesting.
So how did your first clutch go? Or how nervous were you?
I was shaking when I was cutting the eggs. I was worried with how badly I was shaking. I wasn't too worried about it. Everything was good. Once I got that first egg open. It was just
Okay, we lost him.
Yeah.
It'll clear up in a second.
repetition.
He's on his way home and he's fighting traffic and everything.
Yeah. Holiday traffic. It'll hit you. That's for sure.
Can you hear me now?
Little
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I got really excited, and when I after I got that first cut through, everything was good, and I was really pleased with seeing those little babies and healthy and happy. And out of 7 eggs, I had 4 that survived.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
3 eggs actually molded on me.
Okay.
Which was unfortunate. I tried using the antifungal powder on them.
Yep.
It saved the other 4, but unfortunately, the other 3 were too far gone.
Gotcha.
So is this your first podcast to be on? I'm going to ask him some special questions.
You guys,
Yeah.
there we go. But
Did you hear the question?
Hey, Holly, do you think this would be a good time to run the sponsors video? Well, maybe he'll get in a better signal.
Good idea, Jamie.
Okay.
Are you going to play it or do you want me to play it?
Oh, no, you play it. A little bit more training on where.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now we're back. We got you again, Dustin?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Beautiful.
you.
There we go.
So I know I missed the question. What was the question?
Is this your first podcast to be on?
It is indeed.
Oh, right.
All right.
I know. I'm a virgin. I'm sorry.
Not anymore. We're right in the middle of it.
Not anymore. Pop the cherry. Pop that cherry. It's been popped.
So I met you through Instagram. What, maybe 5 or 6 months ago now, maybe
Yeah,
something like that.
About 5 or 6. Yeah, sir.
And we just started chatting. I don't remember. It was probably about snakes. But one of the things I noticed is that he just seemed to really have his shit together when it came to knowledge on breeding and stuff. So one of the things I was curious about, Dustin, is who's your mentor? Who are you talking with and learning from? Because you're kind of impressive for somebody that's just getting into it. At least to me, anyway.
Well, I appreciate that. I definitely have a lot to learn as far as you know, the hobby goes. There's so much that I don't know. Like I'm still getting used to learning how to ID morphs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A good buddy of mine, my buddy Wade over at Q-Ball Python or Q-Ball Morphs, he's been very helpful in that. I've been getting a lot of advice and knowledge from multiple different people. I don't like to try and stay with one person as far as that goes, because everybody has their own experiences, and I can learn from everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very
Do
smart.
you watch a lot of podcast stuff to learn?
Yes. Yeah.
That to me has been like the best teacher.
Yes, I agree. I like to watch a lot of my podcasts when I'm waiting in line. So what I do for work right now is I drive auto parts to different places. like Les Schwab and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And when I'm waiting in line to get loaded up with my items to go take over, I'm constantly watching like Keys Constrictors podcast, Will and Audra from over at Fealys Exotics.
Mhm.
I started out watching, you know, and R.I.P. Brian. You know, I've started watching him and his family. You know, I watched a lot of gosh, what's his God, I'm spacing on his name, but he hasn't done any videos in a while.
Oh, Chris.
Yes, Hardwick. Yes,
Chris Hardwick.
yes.
I watched a lot of his too when I first got into it.
I think we all kind of did that.
Yeah.
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 He was one of my first videos that I watched when I was getting into it, because I was learning about because I personally when I got my snakes and I got into reptiles, the first reptile that I really bonded with and connected with was the clown ball python.
Yeah.
And it was I believe it was just a fire clown back then, and it was a really beautiful animal. I love the head stamp. I fell in love with that, just how clown works. And I kept asking my family, you know, hey, can I get into breeding? Can I get into breeding? Growing up, nope. They didn't want anything to do with that. They didn't want anything to do with me doing that. So not very much support from my mother or father for that part. But then I got on my own. I made my own family, and one day I decided, I don't have to ask permission no more. Time to get into them pythons. Let's do it. That's right. I went over and I got online and I found Dynasty Reptiles. Was the first people and place that I actually purchased my snake from. And she was a Hidden Gene Walma pastel pinstripe NG girl. Like a lot of us, I think I jumped in, you know, half-cocked, not really thinking about pairings and genes and what I was gonna do and projects. And eventually, I, you know, had a couple of snakes that really weren't gonna make anything too special. You know, no recessives, no nothing. But you know, I was going off of what I really liked and what you know, what stood out to me visually. So
Right.
Yeah, I think everyone really does that. And it's tough to wrangle like the beginner. I want everything in.
yes,
Like it's.
I'm
stupid
still struggling
hard.
with it.
Yeah, I was that way, obviously. And now trying to like, again, I think everyone probably should do it. It's just hard to like, it's a little harder down the road, but you learn a lot of stuff from it where it's like, okay, one of the people that I mentor right now went from whatever 5 snakes to 50 snakes really, really, really maybe way too fast.
Wow.
And it's like, okay, let's slow down, pick specific stuff to go into, and let like focus up, because in 2 years you're going to want to sell everything, and the stuff that you keep is going to be the stuff that I sell you in projects. So it's like, let's slow down and make sure you're strategic about what we're buying.
Right.
But I think also people need to remember is you also want to make something that's visually appealing for me. So, you know, just because you're going after the pretty snakes in the beginning doesn't mean you stop and just hit every recessive and try to slam as many genes as you can in an animal. And that's, it still should be visually appealing. Yeah. Also.
Oh yeah. No, I still see a lot of just, you know, a lot of codoms and stuff like that. That are, it's just a bunch of mixtures of codoms, and they're stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. There's no heads, there's no recessives involved, and
that's where I'm at. That's exactly what I love.
Yeah. Chris Hernan is probably my favorite person who does a lot of that.
There you go. Perfect.
He does do some clown, some pied, hypo, and ultramel stuff, but honestly, they're nice. But his multi-codom, simple like 4 or 5 gene animals are like really blow me away. His campfire stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back
Is he
to
the
him,
one
like,
doing black matter?
Yes.
that's it too. But yeah, he's known for his orange orange dream lines. Because he really worked that and got him super, super orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was a combination of line
his orange
breeding
dreams pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So there's pros and cons of every single way to breed, like stacking codoms and stacking recessives, but there's no way to be, in my opinion, a successful breeder without doing both.
Well, my whole thing is just don't lose that spark, that magic that got you in it at first. I think some people get like, I just like the pretty snakes and I need to get more expensive ones. There's a way to blend it, and that's how you find your style.
Oh yeah.
Well, and like I was looking online because I wanted to get into some ultramel stuff down the road. I saw this acid ultramel, freaking beautiful. I love the crazy pattern on it, and so like there's simple combinations that you don't have to put too much in. A stunning animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my only 2 cents is go Monarch. I mean, I think
yes, Monarch Club. I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm messing with you. Ultramel stuff's
no, he's not.
Ultramel's cool. Ultramel's cool. I'll give you that.
I like what it does with a cheaper recessive morph that you can get into and add some really pretty colors to it. That's just my thing on it.
Yeah, trust me, I've had some heated discussions with some Monarch breeders about the pricing and stuff like that with the gene. So so you said ultramel. Do you have any, or is that
I don't have any ultramel just yet. I am looking into getting a double het ultramel clown.
Okay.
It's a female. I'm talking to a buddy of mine who breeds ultramel. He specializes in ultramel and sunset. Nice. That's 2 recessives that he really mainly works on. He does some other recessives as well, he's doing some clown stuff. He's also doing some puzzle stuff. He just got a beautiful pastel puzzle female that he's going to be raising up. She's about 680 grams from the last time we talked. That was about, I want to say, a month ago.
Nice. What are any of the other recessives or incomplete dominant traits that you're just genes that you're looking to get into in the future that you want to get into the collection?
Hey, Blakers.
So there's a few of them. It's kind of like the kid in the candy store. You're like, I want to try that flavor. So for me right now, I'm focusing on, I don't want to try and overload myself with too many recessives, at least not too many recessives that I've gone in that.
Okay.
So right now, keeping about 3 or 4 recessive projects that I'm working on, and then when I'm ready to move on to the next one, I kind of stop with one of the projects. Like right now, one of the recessives I am working on is some pied projects. I've got my het pied girl that I'm hoping to get some 50% het pied stuff. My other het pied boy did not perform for me. I'm pretty sure he's gay.
No.
I've had way too many snakes that are into not the right gender.
He won't even go into the tub with the female. But if I have an open tub with one of my males, it's like he wants to go right in there. And I'm
Yeah, I
just
guess
like,
you
dude,
freaked them out.
that's wrong,
Maybe
trust,
have a
buddy.
girl.
It's not a girl, bud.
Yeah, pet
I don't
quality.
know if he'll be receptive of your loving.
Have you seen his hemipenes?
Right. There's a little thing in between his tail area.
Dude,
It looks similar to yours.
Yeah, do you know if it's a male? Have you like?
And have you seen his hemipenes? He may be
Yeah,
a female.
yeah. I popped the little hemipenes and everything. He's a boy.
Yeah.
Well, Sammy had been pairing too for over a year, trying to pair them, and they were both boys. So I mean, it can happen.
I went to Frank's house this week. Okay, I don't want to hear it. But
Yeah, Frank's
I
is
went
your
to Frank's
Jason.
house this week, and he's the luckiest guy I know because he just pairs any male and they always lock. And he was so perplexed. He was like, "Why have these two not locked?" I opened him up, and yeah, he paired two girls together. He mixed up. He bought it like a 1.2 of paint clown stuff, and he mixed up the bins with the male and the female double het paint clowns. So he threw the female in with another female like clown of some sort.
They were just confused. They're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Well, has anybody had any good news this week? Anything good happened to them in their reptile room? Or
Yeah, I got my first lock ever.
Yeah.
congratulations, dude!
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
What
good.
That's awesome.
I paired. So I've got a Mojave Blackhead Enchi Pied Het Clown male that I paired to a Leo Het Pied Het Clown proven breeder, and they locked. It took 2 days. You know, I guess she was a harder nut to crack than he expected, and he's new. You know, so I just realized.
Most star.
No pun intended on that. Okay, so so I checked them today, and they're locked up, and so I was pretty happy about that. And then the other one
That's
that I was
awesome.
a little bit more excited about was I have an OD pied girl, not yet proven breeder, but I bought her at she's at 1,800 grams. She hadn't been bred yet, and I paired her with my Blackhead Confusion Fire Het Lavender Het Pied.
Oh, nice.
And I was hoping I would get a lock there, but it doesn't look like I got a lock. He's 860 grams, so you know maybe a little bit early for him. But the other pied male, he shot up to 1,000 grams, like nothing. So it's like, all right, well, you know, Shane's saying, hey, pair him. Adam, you know, saying, hey, pair him. Everybody's saying, you know, put them together. So I put them together, and it worked. So we'll see
Jen,
what
what did
happens.
you win? She won something at the auction. I got to know what it is. Well, I had a clutch of eggs.
Yeah.
There you go.
Second one for
What was the pairing?
2025. It's ultimately it's going to be spot nose, leopard, het ultra male babies.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
So nothing to write home about.
Well, now I know where to go with some of my Ultramel projects, you know?
Yeah.
Go get one from you.
There you go.
What?
I like it. Put me
Put
down for a spot nose het Ultramel.
You got
Most of my females ate after moving them upstairs, so they didn't stress out too much. Only 2 of them didn't eat this week, so everyone
That's
else
good.
didn't miss a meal.
That's
it.
There
good.
you go.
I just while you're on that, I'm gonna just look at this. She has the perfect background. She looks all Christmassy and gorgeous.
You do
Thank
look
you.
very festive.
She's a professional.
That's it.
I look like a professional.
Man,
Well,
you're gonna have to
you've got so this is how a woman decorates. This is how a man decorates.
You can't see
Stick
the rest.
garbage in the background.
right.
I mean, that's
I
background
do have a nice shirt on.
my vehicle right now. So. No, I like my backdrop right now. It's
maybe we'll get to see it during this episode.
I hope so. I'm almost home. I got caught up behind there was a wreck on one end, and then there was a wreck on the other, and I had to U-turn it around.
Yep.
Oh God.
Right.
Yep. Sounds like California too. I don't miss that.
Yeah, Oregon drivers don't know how to drive anymore, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Well, it's the Californians move there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Will
That's
and Audra.
amazing.
Will and Audra.
I missed this auction today, obviously.
They're pumping out.
So Tyler,
Yeah, what's up?
quick question.
Yeah.
What got you into, like, what was your motivation getting into ball pythons? Because I know that you and I are around. So I'm actually a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
I found that out through watching one of the podcasts with Miss Holly here, finding out
Yeah.
that you were at the time 20.
Yeah, about to be 20. I'll be 20 in January.
About to be 20.
Yep.
So I'm 29. I'll be
Gotcha.
30 in August here.
Nice.
Get him a cane.
That's right. I'm already feeling it.
Yeah, you're almost at the top of the hill.
Man, what
But
got me?
yeah, I'm almost there. Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, the whole story was I was sick. I was pretty sick when I was younger, just like a flu. So I was staying home from school, hopped in my parents' bed, and was like, okay, I'm gonna watch YouTube, and watched literally for like 3 days straight Brian Barczyk's entire library of snake bites TV videos, which were definitely not child friendly at the time.
Right.
I was like 6, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. Just snakes were cool. So I like begged my parents for a bit just to get a pet snake, and they grabbed me one for Christmas that year when I turned 7, and I kept it and just kept buying snakes because I thought they were cool. So I had, I don't know. My dad used to breed snakes when he was about my age now, and I never knew until well after I had multiple snakes of my own. So it runs in the blood. So yeah, he was very excited when I wanted snakes. So we would go out to a pet shop in Lockport like every weekend just to go. It's a reptile store, just to go look around. And half the time we'd bring something home.
Yeah.
And started going to a local show in Rochester. I don't know, I was probably 10, and kind of figured out the whole like local breeding scene, and was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And when I was 12, I got my first clutch, and it just started as I wanted pet snakes, and I kept collecting them. I was like, well, I can't have 30 snakes and do nothing with them. Let me try and breed them. And after I did my first season of pairing, I got nothing, which was kind of a bummer. But the second season I started pairing them, I got 2 clutches out of 2 females. And I was like, nope, this is it. This is what I want. And literally since I was in 2nd grade, all I wanted to do was like breed snakes, breed reptiles, or do something in reptiles.
So you're living the dream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there's literally nothing I've ever wanted to do besides be in reptiles, whether it was breeding or not. Like when I was younger, I wanted to go, before I realized how much I actually hate school, I wanted to go become a herpetologist for a while.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, and then I wanted to.
That's a big dream.
Yeah, and then I wanted to be a snake milker in upstate New York, which makes no sense. That there's not a huge venom milking career where there's no venomous snakes.
That just means
they just have the northern timber rattlesnake. That's about it.
Right. There's literally there's cottonmouths and there's some rattlesnakes in like the Adirondacks.
Yeah. That's where I grew up, by the way.
Yeah. You said there's literally nothing around me. All I have is garter snakes and a corn snake occasionally. But that's what got me in. I just had them as pets and I really liked them. I started breeding them again just for fun. Like my process was never to do this. I mean, it kind of was, but I never thought like I'd have this many snakes or like it be a business. And now it is my full time gig. So I do snakes and rats all day long. And it has been very exciting. Like there's good and bad days, but whenever I step back, I'm like, dude, if you told 12-year-old you or 10-year-old you you'd have 100 snakes or 200 or 300 or 400 snakes, he would flip out. Like he would freak out. So that's kind of my story. I never
look back.
Dustin, did you ever say how many snakes you have right now?
Right now I have, so I'm still small right now. I have 16 snakes. I'm gonna be getting a couple more levels for my ARS rack system. I had a little BE6 snake rack.
Yeah.
I liked it for a start out, and then my biggest girl, she had gotten to a little over 2,300 grams. I think she was like 2,400 grams almost. She didn't have any room to really move her body around. And for me, with my girls and especially my females, I like to give them bigger tubs so that they have more room to spread their body, go around the edge of it if she really wants to without, touching the tip of her tail with her tongue. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
but that's just me. I know a few different breeders that they have smaller tubs than what I would use for my snakes, and it works just fine for them. So
yeah, definitely, dude. The sea serpents racks are so nice. Even though I have some Freedom Breeder and ARS ones, if sea serpents made racks with like bowls in them, like I probably I don't know why I like the look of like sea serpent racks better than the metal ARS or Freedom Breeders. Just the looks. Like if I had a whole wall of just sea serpents, I think it would look way better than the Freedom Breeder and ARSs. I just hate dog bowls in my bid.
Yeah.
So I've slowly been.
I can understand that.
It's so annoying, but I like them better. So it's a fight for me to like. But yeah, sea serpents are what I started out with too. They're so good. And Chris is a great guy.
I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do when it came down to getting a better rack. I almost, asked a buddy of mine over at S&H Exotics, over in out south Salem. I asked because they built their own racks for their breeders. Asked them how much it would cost, but knowing that I would have to replace that homemade rack a lot sooner than if I were to just go ahead and use my tax return income and just kind of go for it and get something that's a little durable and reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm at the point now where I gotta buy more racks, and I'm torn. I have a Reptile Basics rack that I really like it. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's really well built and it was easy to assemble. And I've got a Sea Serpents rack. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, do I go all in on one of those two, or do I go to ARS or Freedom Breeder? So I'm toying with that. I'm torn because it's like less money on racks, more money on snakes.
Yep.
Right.
That's kind of
What's
that?
That's what's bringing your money back too, man. And it's not all about the money, obviously, but when you're thinking about investments, you got to think about the returns, and you know what I mean. It makes more sense to go ahead, and if it works for you and getting something a little bit less expensive that is perfectly fine, I definitely more power to you on that. I feel.
Yeah, it
gives you more room for buying the snakes that you do want to work with.
Yeah.
So if money were no
I'm
object,
almost home. I see my apartment complex right now.
am I lagging? If money was no object, what is a new project that you would buy into?
No, you're good.
Oh, he's probably lagging.
He's probably lagging.
Yeah, he's definitely behind.
Money was no object.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, man. I don't know. I would say puzzle. That's one of the main ones I really want to get into. I almost wanted to say monsoon, but I like the look of puzzle just a little bit more. I think that monsoon kind of jumbles the pattern up a little bit too much to enjoy with some of the other genetics that can be combined to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's puzzle's fun. I don't know. I'm curious to see where it keeps going because it has been 24 has been the year of puzzle.
Yeah.
Like that's in my opinion, flat out, it's been the year.
Yeah.
You think it's got legs? Long legs? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's as a pattern changer, it's probably it's gonna be close to what clown is right now. Like 5 to 8 years from now, puzzle is gonna be a very similar way.
Yeah.
Just the way I know it's sold and being sold and being bought. I mean, it's the same thing, but there's many individuals I know who have spent an ungodly amount of money on puzzles. And there's other breeders who I know who have then sold an ungodly amount of puzzles. So in my head, it's like, well, you just bought, 40 puzzles in whatever, a year. So 3 years from now or whatever, there's going to be a ton of puzzles. So
puzzles everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And there's some
about my clown like that.
What?
You have no idea. That wasn't me.
Okay.
So does puzzle change a lot with respect to the other genes it's mixed with? Or is it more of a changer, if you will?
No, I think it's a changer. I haven't seen anything that really breaks the puzzle pattern besides clown.
Yeah.
Jen, I'm the same way. I love monsoon, but let me tell you, I think if you put bongo in it or something really off the wall to blow up some stuff, is going to be amazing.
Yeah, monsoon's interesting, but I agree. We actually lost him. Now monsoon was my answer for a bit, but yeah, I think it's very limited in my. Are we losing Jamie now? We're falling apart.
I don't know what's going on.
Some episodes are better than others.
It's fine. We're good. But no, puzzle's an interesting one because I don't think a ton of people got screwed. But a lot of people who spent a lot of money on the Puzzle Clown project are probably hurting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who invested in it. Some people who bought a puzzle, bought a clown, made their own heads, and kind of worked it that way. I don't think they would care as much, but yeah, there's definitely people who spent a ton of money on the clown puzzle project that are not having fun right now.
Dustin, can you go ahead and turn your phone sideways now?
Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
So I got a question for Holly and Tyler on mine and Dustin's behalf.
Yeah.
So what would you guys say about and Grace and Jamie about new breeders getting into breeding, 2024? What do you think that looks like for us new guys?
Yeah, good question.
You start.
First of all, if you're new, don't quit studying. I still watch stuff and learn and study. Anytime you see, I'll turn to Morph Market when I see something on like Instagram. I see, oh, this is a beautiful snake. What do I need to do? What do I have in my collection that I can put with something like that? And that's really the biggest thing to me. That, and you better have a big pocketbook because it's not as easy and cheap as people thinks it is.
Yeah.
The expenses pop up very quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my advice is just grow your network as much as you can.
Right.
And like both of you already definitely have, is find a breeder or whatever. I'd say small group of breeders that you very much trust.
Yeah.
And get as much I say get as much of your info from them as you can. breeders who have been in it for a decent amount of time and people that you trust and know what
Right.
to do in the right way. I listen to podcasts all day, every day. Like I will clean snakes for 5 hours and just sit and watch 3 straight podcasts.
Right.
But
Right.
a lot of my info is through like word of mouth.
Mhm.
I'm starting to generate a good amount of sales through Instagram and online stuff compared to what I used to. So yeah, definitely network is huge.
Mhm.
And then the other thing is it's I don't know. You have to be able to block out noise, but also be very open to info. It's hard. Block out the
Yeah.
negativity. There's
Be
a ton of-
selective.
yeah, right. There's so many people who do try and whatever put a specific project down to sell their own stuff. All the negative stuff, and things you probably just should ignore. But there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of like hard info to learn. Like for me, being where I'm at right now, and again being a mentor to a few people, like
Right.
when I tell someone to like slow down or like don't buy anything, like I'm the worst. Trust me, I know. Like I want to go buy everything, but I either don't have the money or I know it's like, hey, it's probably I want to buy it right now, and that's why like Travis, when we called earlier today, probably my favorite part of the call wasn't you like, hey, I like that animal, I kind of want it. It was, I want it. I'll get back to you in 24 hours. I have to sit and really make sure it makes sense. It's like,
Right.
okay, yeah, we're good. Like that's definitely a good strategy to have, right? And trying to look not only again look into the future, but all that's a whole different point. But like, hey, look at what you're
Yeah.
doing right now, but not and do not forget what you're going to be doing in a few years, right? So when I explain
Exactly.
pairing, it's,
Yeah.
hey, I want to make this so I can make this with those, babies. Everything I'm producing right now is cool to produce right now, but the main goal is to hold stuff back to then make what I really want in 3-4 years or whatever it seems to be.
Jen, that's a good point. I like that idea of the Patreon. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people is good. Yes, and I highly suggest Shane's Small-Town Exotics. He's our guy.
Yeah, that Patreon and Proper Royals Patreon for me have been a gold mine.
Yeah.
I mean, Jen specifically has saved me so much money, and so I in return bought some of his snakes. So I mean, it's good business to help other breeders out. Look at that guy.
Yes. This is your boy right here, man.
Yeah, that's right. That is Gaylord right there. I named him.
That is Gaylord. Lord.
The salmon-colored snake.
That's
Is
right.
that the one you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
What is he?
He is a banana cinnamon pastel Mojave OD pinstripe. He is an all-gener.
Oh yeah.
First he had to read it off the label because it's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
You have him genetically tested?
No, I actually, so a buddy of mine actually made one of these before. Same kind of ordeal, almost the same pairing, and he made one just like this and let me know exactly what it was.
Cool.
He said his actually had a little bit more of a darkness to her. He ended up making a female, and his was much darker than mine. She ended up almost graying out over time with that with some of the genetics behind her, which was interesting. This one has been more vibrant than her growing up. So
yeah,
which I'm really excited about.
6 ways to Sunday.
Yes,
I'll let you know, Dustin, how it turns out.
Please
I
do.
got to pay up for those shed tests.
Holly, I don't know if you want. I think you had it up here, but Jen just
There we
threw
go.
probably the most like one of my favorite things. That one. The other thing for you guys, again, I said it earlier today to Travis, is I envy the spot that you're in. at some points where you can go in a ton of different directions and not have as much repercussions where it's like, oh, if I have this, I have to take away from a ton of other projects. But right now, I'm also envious where it's like, holy crap, you can buy, your buying power, your purchasing power is ridiculous.
Yes.
Right now, to push yourselves forward for crazy animals for relatively inexpensive. And it's interesting to see, like, on one end, like projects I bought into many years ago where it's like, oh, okay, this is now I'm finally producing them and they're like whatever, a quarter value, which is not as good for me, but for someone coming in, it's like, oh my God, you can get a clown pied male for like $500, $600.
Right.
I bought my first clown pied project stuff. Like we bought a clown pied, super pastel clown pied and a hypopide males for like $6,000 5 years ago. It's like, well, you know what I mean? So all like, and they're crazy good animals that you can push projects and genetic testing right off the bat.
Right.
You guys are in such a unique spot to come into the industry where it's like, it's never been this this intense and this like forward thinking with as much information is out there.
Right.
The science, the like real science.
Oh yeah, that really drove me to this quite a bit.
It's like how there's the RGI and Charlie, I think, have made more of an impact on the ball python breeding community in the past few years than anything else. It's been ridiculous. So I think very lucky to be in a spot where it's like, oh, you guys are just set up and people are going to kill it. Like people that are coming in right now, I don't know, 5-10 years from now are just going to be like absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're going to be able to get puzzle projects for nothing.
Right. So yeah, I think that's my biggest stuff as well for new breeders is, be conscious of where we're at right now. Cause it probably won't always be this good as a buyer's market.
Nope.
We hope not, because we're selling snakes too.
Right. So
I'd say if you can cut your teeth and get your business operations set with the prices like this, and you maintain that level of of cost input, and the prices go up, you'll obviously be in a really good spot.
Yeah. And what do you got there?
I'm sorry?
Is that Desert Ghost?
No, this is actually my Fire OD double het clown pied boy that I believe is gay.
That you know what?
My gay lord.
It has to go with the clown pied stuff. That clown pied we bought with the hypopide was gay. He was gay. He never gave me a clutch. So that was a real kick in the face.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, bastard.
That's the other thing with buying snakes is it doesn't always work out the way you want.
He's pretty though.
But
He is a sweet boy too. When he's in his tub, he gets tub defensive, but once he's out, he's like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a sweet boy.
Yeah, I got one girl that as soon as you open the tub, she comes out.
Yep.
And crawls.
That's
on
my
you.
girl Indra. That's my girl Indra. I'll show her real quick. Hey, you get in your tub. Stop it.
The rest of them will stick their heads out.
I know. You
and
like the
they're
cuddles.
curious,
Go on.
but that's about it.
I
This
haven't
is
asked this question in a while.
In a while. Like a week.
In a while. And I
Oh,
miss
don't you start
asking this
with me.
question. Dustin, what is the dumbest thing someone has said to you after they found out you're a snake breeder?
we might have lost Dustin. He is.
Maybe.
Okay, you go ahead and answer, Travis. I don't know. You hadn't answered that one.
Oh, the dumbest thing somebody has said to me after they found out I was a breeder.
Snake breeder, yeah.
I think the dumbest thing is, huh?
There we go.
I have to repeat it each time.
Yeah.
And then they just give me this really, really weird look, like you are a weird individual. So, and
I'm telling you,
I mean,
for
that's
me,
true.
it's not so much you breed snakes that I get the biggest, strongest reaction. It's how many snakes I have when they find out. And I only have 50. I'm like, I've got friends that have like 300-400 snakes. Like, that's not a lot in the snake world. That is not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they ask, well, what do you feed them? Oh, rats. Oh,
That's I grow in my garage.
wolves. Feed them rats?
Yeah. The other dumb thing I hear, which is like off of that, it doesn't. I mean, they have to be kind of interested to ask the question of like, what do they eat? But when you tell them, and then they ask like two things, like why can't you feed them other sorts of
Salad.
meat? Well, yeah, like other sorts of meat, like hamburgers or like fish or something
Right.
like that. It's just like
Why can't
I don't know.
feed you
I
rats?
mean, maybe you could. I don't know. And then they go, well, could they eat like greens?
Yeah.
No.
No, they're not going to.
It's like,
All right, guys. Well, we're already over an hour, and we lost our friend again. If y'all want to hang out backstage for him,
100%.
All right.
but hopefully he'll come back. Okay. Bye, everybody.
You guys.